You are wrong about beta blockers, and here is why. Whenever we think about beta blockers, we think about LOL, LOL, but it's not about LOL. Beta blockers is actually about OLOL, OLOL. You know, true beta blockers have OLOL in their suffix, OLOL, not just LOL. For example, acebutolol, atenolol, metoprolol, pindolol, propranolol, timolol. You see, they have OLOL, not just LOL, and that's something to really take care of. But beta blocker may be either beta 1 blocker, which is especially found in the heart beta 1 receptors, or it may be beta 2 blockers. Beta 2 receptors are found in other places other than the heart, especially let's say something like a bronchial smooth muscles, or let's say in the smooth muscles of the uterus, this sort of structures, right? Now we have to differentiate these beta blockers into either they are just beta 1 blocker or they are non-selective beta blocker, both beta 1 or beta 2 blocker. And there is a pretty easy way to differentiate them. You know, cardioselective beta blockers or the beta 1 blocker, which are only beta 1 blockers. These drugs name start with the letters starting from A to M. So if you look at those examples, you can say it in a glance that acebutolol, atenolol, metoprolol, these names starts from the letter that starts from A to M. So they are beta 1 blocker, they are cardioselective. And non-selective beta blockers name start from the letter that starts from N to Z. In fact, you can remember that N means non-selective. So they are both beta 1 blocker as well as beta 2 blockers. If you look at the above example, then pindolol, propranolol, timolol, they are non-selective beta blocker. They block both the beta 1 receptors as well as the beta 2 receptors, right? You know, just beta 1 selective blockers, they are better if we are prescribing them for the cardiac problems, because beta 1 receptors is especially found in the heart. It is also found in kidney, but they are more specific for heart. So if we are prescribing beta blockers for something like angina, hypertension, or arrhythmias, then beta 1 blockers are better than non-selective beta blockers. In fact, non-selective beta blockers can precipitate symptoms like asthma or other things, and non-selective beta blockers are good for non-cardiac cause like migraine, glaucoma, essential tremor. You see, in case of glaucoma, the production of the aqueous humor, that's stimulated by the beta 2 receptors that present there, and if we block the beta 2 receptors, then you can get rid of that pressure of the aqueous humor, and it can be used for glaucoma. But there are some drugs whose name does not end with OLOL, rather they end with ALOL or ILOL. In that case, the last three letters, that's LOL, should remind you of beta blockers, but they are not pure beta blockers. If they have either LOL, ALOL or ILOL, then they are beta blockers, but they are something else also. And that something else means, let's see, look at our examples. We have labetalol, carvedilol. They are beta blockers, of course, but they are alpha 1 blocker as well. When alpha 1 receptor is stimulated, it constricts the blood vessels, and when alpha 1 receptors get blocked, then constriction of the blood vessels cannot occur and there is vasodilatation. Now we have something called sotalol. That's a beta blocker, of course, because it has LOL, but pure beta blockers have OLOL. Since it does not have OLOL, it is beta blocker plus something else, and that something else is it's also a potassium channel blocker, right? Sotalol is a beta blocker but also a potassium channel blocker. So this makes you easy to remember different categories of the beta blocker. I hope this mnemonic was useful.